YouTube is back. Alrighty. No, sorry. I'm sorry. I've done this before. Oh yeah, also chat, appreciate. We're finally on dark mode. You think you heard Mink? Possible. The FF16 ending was so bad, YouTube didn't want to show it. Actually, facts. This reminds me I should quit FF16 in the background. Okay, let's go. Am I the a-hole for... Wait, how did we end up... Isn't that an Am I the Devil? Oh, it's reposted. Okay, I'm a broke high school student. Okay. I accidentally clicked on this one. Am I the a-hole for telling my dad off about a stupid cake? I guess for telling my dad off about a stupid cake. Recently, I had baked a cake for my father since his birthday came up, and I intended to share it between him and me. Recently, I got mad at my brothers for something they did, so I really didn't want to give them any cake. How old are we? 12? I came home to see that a lot more of the cake had been eaten, so I asked my dad about it and he said he shared it with my brother. I got irritated that he did that. Also, I told my brothers if they ate it, they owe me money. I am a broke high school student, so I went to my brother's room and asked them for money, and they denied responsibility for eating and said that it was okay because dad gave it to them. I got angry at him because I told him that I didn't want them to have any of it. He said he wanted to repair the relationship between me and my brother by sharing something that I made. I don't think that's... Oh, wait, he made the cake. Oh, yeah, he baked it, actually. Okay, that changes my feelings about it a little bit. I thought this was just a bought cake, right? But if you make it with your own hands, with all your love, you know, it does change my feelings about it a little bit. I don't think that it's his business to do that. He didn't seem to understand, so I kind of told him off about the cake and how it hurt my feelings. He still did not care. He felt like it was something useless to even talk about. Am I the asshole for telling him off about the cake I made? Also, for reference, every single time I get mad or tell him off, he just says, "I'm sorry that you got offended," and never owns up to his action. Added, this was not on his birthday. It was 3 days after. Mom forgot to bake a cake because she has been busy with extended family passing. I also told my dad before I even baked the cake that they can't have it. Yeah, okay, so it's dad's birthday, right? So the dad can give the cake to whoever the dad wants to give the cake, right? Like when you make a present and give it to someone, but yeah, I don't know. This reads like he's 12. I'm sorry. Like, what has the brother done? I don't know. But yeah, generally you give something to someone, they can share it with whomever they want. It's the dad's birthday cake, you know. It would be different, a little bit different if he just baked it for himself and for his own birthday. But yeah. I wonder if this is Teen Jaws again. Writing style is very similar. Yeah, I don't know. I sympathize with OOP wanting a special moment with dad. However, they got to learn the hard lesson that once you give something to someone else, yeah, okay. Yeah, this one was a little bit of a okay, stalker alert. Oh shit. Okay, we're starting with the first post here. Oh, this is a triple whammy. Triple whammy. Only good kids get cake. Am I the a-hole for calling a guy a jerk on his first date? I posted this in another thing, I can't help but think of Elon Musk and the 4 things. But please, let's not okay, no, we're not gonna talk about all the crazy shit that has been going down over there, not right now at least. I posted this in another thing, but nobody else there is seeing my problem. So I'm 21 and I was out with my girlfriend, 21 female, at a bar, and we ran into her good friend from high school, Katie, fake name, with this other guy she, my friend, knows. John, also fake name. Both are 21 also. Apparently they, John and Katie, both met at my girlfriend's house a few weeks prior when John came to buy something from my girlfriend's dad. My girlfriend is excited to see them both and asks what they are doing there, and they say they're on a date. We all talk for a bit and we end up at a table together. For context, originally the way we sat down was me and John across from each other and closest to the wall. The table, I hope this is important, the table was right up against the wall, and the girls were on the outside, and John immediately seemed irritated by this arrangement of seating, even though he was by the girl he was with. Two guys were standing next to us after we all sat down. But we all start talking and John puts his hand on Katie's arm and tells her to trade seats with him. Katie did look a little confused, but she started to get up to move, and I told John to stop being such a dick if he wanted this first date to go well. John proceeds to tell me to fuck off and sits down in the seat Katie moved from. About 2 to 3 minutes later, a fight broke out between the two guys mentioned before, and one of them got punched and fell back directly into John. When everything finally got settled, I was like, wow, that was crazy. John looked at me and asked me, so am I still a dick? If you had been paying attention to your surroundings, you would have noticed they were arguing before I made her move seats with me, and you wouldn't have known that's why I made her move seats with me. And I understand he thinks he's a hero or something, but he didn't make my girlfriend move. He was only worried about that girl. But now my girlfriend is mad at me because she says I was a dick to him. Like, okay, this guy definitely, like, it reads like an a-hole, right? Like, why, like, I don't know, like, it looks like he's, like, so judging of this guy, like, from the get-go. Like, what did it make him feel like John was pissed off about sitting to the wall? And what's LP's deal with John swapping seats, right? Like, I think the reaction from John is kind of, like, over the top douchey too, but like but also like let them swap seats, right? Like, I don't know, like this is fucking weird. And then I posted this in another thing, but nobody is here seeing my problem. Like, there is no problem here. Maybe just like let people swap seats and don't be so judgmental about it. And also, I'm now like kind of like, wait, and there's 2 updates to this? Where are we going? But yeah, you're the a-hole. Mind your own business and stop telling other people how to treat their dates when they didn't ask, and you certainly don't know better than they do, yeah? Yeah, like, this is the thing, right? Like he's definitely the a-hole. I think John reacted kind of douchey too, but like, he was the a-hole first. You know, you would have made a big fuss if John had asked your girlfriend to move too, yeah. You're the a-hole. To be honest, you shouldn't have called him a dick for wanting to switch seats. Like, even if you didn't know why he wanted to, there's literally no issue with wanting to switch seats. Yeah, this is like what I'm also thinking. It's immature of him to think he's the hero in the situation, but also weird of you to get so invested in his potential relationship that you called him a dick for such a small reason. Like, why do you care so much? Switching seats, but put him facing my girlfriend at the table and me facing his dates, so any conversation happening would have been weird. Oh my god, this guy is such an insecure 12-year-old. Oh my god, no! He's facing my girlfriend! Jesus Christ. What's the issue? He's your girlfriend's friend too, yeah. Okay, let's see what the update is about. Let's see what the update is about. I posted my story a week ago and everybody called me an asshole, but there's new information. Things have happened, so surely I'm not the a-hole anymore in this situation. Or at least the other guy turns out to be the bigger a-hole, right? I posted my story, so 3 days after the problem at the bar. My dude, you are still the a-hole. in that situation. I'm sorry to tell you, no matter what happens 3 days later. 3 days after the problem at the bar, I was going to work and my girlfriend asked me to stop by Katie's and get something she had borrowed and said Katie knew I was coming by. I get to Katie's apartment and when I go to open the door, it's locked, which it's never been before when my girlfriend I have gone there. We live in a small town. This isn't unusual to leave your door unlocked, especially during the day. So I ring the doorbell and who answers the door? John. I asked him what he was doing there. Bro, I can't. Is this guy stupid? Like, what do you mean by this? I mean, he and Katie are probably a couple by now. Like, I asked him what he was doing there, and he gave me the stupid smirk and said, I've been here for 3 days besides work. What are you doing here? I told him I needed to talk to Katie. He called for Katie, who was, I guess, in the bedroom, and she comes out and brings me what my girlfriend needed. I asked her why the door was locked. Bro, this guy needs to mind his own fucking business. I'm getting irritated. Like, I am getting irritated reading this. This guy is just putting his nose into everything. Why is your door locked? What is John doing here? Like, mind your own business. Like, what the fuck? Okay, I asked why the door was locked and John, who was still in the room, for some reason decided, yeah, because you're being nosy. He's just stepping in for his girlfriend and say, because I told her she needed to lock it so people don't try to just walk into her apartment like you just tried to do. Yes, exactly. No, yeah, this makes sense. They're a couple. They're probably kissing and making out. Like, Katie has never locked the door. At least if she has, it's not when she knows someone is coming to her house. Oh my god, this guy. He can't be this stupid. They're making out. So they're locking the door. So you don't walk in on them making out. You know, someone in a chat from an old anime site I used to visit bitched at me because apparently me chatting normally with, yeah, you know, jealousy, you know? I mean, everybody feels a bit of jealousy and it's fine. You just gotta, like, realize it's like you are the person being jealous and acting on it is stupid. Like, even if it is true, right? Like, let's say, Prince, you would have been flirting with that girl, right? The only person he can be mad at is his girlfriend, right? Because his girlfriend is the one that has the commitment towards him, right? So he needs to sort it out with the girlfriend. But then also you always need to keep in mind, like, the way I see it, right? If cheating is gonna happen, you cannot stop it by jealousy, right? Like, there is no sense in trying to lock up your partner and preventing them from cheating. What is that? What kind of relationship is that, right? Like, zero trust, basically. If it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen, and then it's obviously not meant to be, right? It's simple as that. But yeah. True, plus it was a chat room, so how would people even know? Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it's, you know, but it's still obviously fair to be like, hey, you know, if he feels like his girlfriend is flirting, you know, like, it's still fair to bring up, hey, I feel like you were flirting and, like, you know, it didn't really feel appropriate, right? It's fair to bring that up, but often that's honestly also kind of like bullshit in my experience, right? Like, but yeah. Acting on jealousy, like, there is generally, doesn't lead to anything good. But yeah. Katie has never locked that door, or at least if she has, it's not when she knows someone is coming to her house. I told him what Katie does in her own home isn't his... You know who else's business? It's certainly not, even more so than John, who's probably her boyfriend. It's not your fucking business. Oh my fucking god. I told him what Katie does in her own home isn't his business. This has 6 upvotes. I wonder how many of those were his alts. If he's that worried, he can leave, and he just laughed at me. What even is this logic? I'm getting irritated by this person. So once again, he's trying to control Katie, and this time it's in her own house where he has no say. I asked Katie to step outside with me, and she did, and I asked her if she felt safe, and she said she felt safer than she's ever been. But she rolled her eyes when she said it. Yeah, she rolled her eyes because you're fucking intruding idiot. Intrusive idiot, holy shit. I left and called my girlfriend to tell her about all this, and she got mad at me again and told me to leave John and Katie alone. But I'm really concerned about Katie's safety. My girlfriend hasn't heard from her in a few days now. I've tried texting her also, but my message to her won't deliver. Yeah, she has blocked you. Dude, why are you obsessed with Katie? Yeah. I'm not obsessed with Katie. Katie can't see how John is, and it's dangerous for her. He's already controlling everything she does. Bro, that he doesn't understand that Katie and John are probably a couple and they were making out, and that's why they were closing the door so he wouldn't walk in on them making out, right? That is like, oh my god, this guy is like, I don't understand even. Is he really that dumb? What are the odds? I hope he ends up single. Like, this guy is like, it's low-key crazy how dumb he is. Your girlfriend is mad because you're in love with another woman. If that was true, wouldn't she also be mad at Katie? No, because your girlfriend is actually more mature and knows that only her partner is committed to her and not Katie. Because she's not. They don't talk 24/7, but they're good friends, and she hasn't said anything at all about being mad at either of us. I can't. This guy, like, this is unreal. No, because Katie isn't in love with you. Your feelings aren't Katie's fault, just like Katie's relationship is none of your business. Wait. Oh, this is an alt! This is an alt! Look at this shit. Oh, so if one of your friends were in a possible abusive situation, would you tell yourself it was none of your business after your friend's dad from her abusive partner? Please stop being ignorant and stop swearing it under the carpet, sweeping it under the carpet and ignore it like it's not happening. This isn't the 1950s when it was normal to see women get abused by their husbands. It's 2025, and when husband partners hit you or abuse you, it's illegal to abuse your partner. Or did you not get the memo? Are you still? This is an alt. This is 100% an alt. How do I get Kai to like me instead so I can protect her? Yeah. OP is now single if you're in the market for a creepy stalker. Seems his ex didn't like the fact he's in love with another woman, but you probably don't care. This is 100% an alt. This is crazy. Dude, back off. Telling your girlfriend to lock her door is not controlling, it's logical. She's not his girlfriend as far as I'm aware. They went on their first date is all I know, and apparently he went home with her and never... Oh god. Is this real? Is this real? She's not his girlfriend as far as I'm aware. They went on the first date and apparently he went home with her and never left. What do you think does that mean if he never left? You think that the date, like you think it went bad, and you think maybe they're a couple and that's why he never left? You're the a-hole. Your obsession with this is definitely unhealthy. I pity your poor girlfriend having to put up with this type of behavior, except that your friend is an adult that can make adult decisions and do adult things. I hate to break it to you, but that is why the door was locked. Grow up and do better. I highly doubt Katie slept with him. I care about Katie because she's important to my girlfriend, not because I'm obsessed with her. Bro. The guy went home with her after the date and stayed there for 3 days. He is obsessed. At first I was like, maybe he's not obsessed, he's just very gullible. What do you think they were doing behind closed doors for 3 days? Playing Connect 4? More like bedroom Twister. My girlfriend has told me that Katie has never slept with anyone before, and I'm assuming she would know since they've known each other for years. So no, I don't think Katie slept with him. Oh my god. He's like... this is giving some incel energy of like, not my poor innocent Katie, right? My innocent virgin Katie. This is the energy it's giving. I'm kind of concerned about his girlfriend, what she saw. Yes! Same, friends. This is unreal. This is absolutely unreal. You are a stalker, an obsessed, dangerous weirdo. Katie should get a restraining order against you. Yeah. Ah, how sweet. John is her first, and Katie rightfully waited for the perfect guy for her, which John is, and she fully agrees him to be. To give her virginity to... Oh, this is like rubbing it in. And now they are spending days enjoying each other's bodies in her locked house. That's why she changed her routine to locking the door for the first time ever. Because she's doing something with John that she hasn't done previously at all. Oh, I love this. This is like rubbing it in. Rubbing it in. Yeah. Jesus Christ. And there's a third one. There's a third update. Oh my god. And I'm not sure I'm ready. Do we think somebody died yet? Do we think there's some restraining orders going on yet? I hope his girlfriend broke up with him. I hope the update is the girlfriend broke up with him and he's getting therapy. That is the update I'm hoping for. The White Knight is trying to protect his fair maiden, let him be, yeah. I actually love this so much, just like rubbing it in. Alright. New update. Some comments told me to reach out to Katie. No, nobody said that. Literally, nobody said that. That was his old accounts, okay? When I knew John wasn't around. No, nobody, no, that was your old accounts. That was your old accounts, probably. Jesus Christ. Yeah, John, please protect Katie. This is crazy. Told me to reach out to Katie when I knew John wasn't around, which became hard to do because he was there every day. I passed by her house on the way to work and I can see his car there. But I did manage to stop by 3 times and try to talk to Katie. Katie kept acting nervous when she opened the door. Yeah, because you're a creep! And even more so when I asked her about John, I kept asking if she felt safe, and she kept saying yes, but really quickly, and would close the door immediately. Oh my god. I tried to talk about this with my now ex-girlfriend. But she got mad and broke up with me. I stopped by Katie's house that same day and Katie's neighbor said that she had moved out. I asked where she went and the neighbor told me that she thinks she's staying with that nice boy who's been staying here. So I guess John managed to convince Kate to cut off all her friends and move in with him. I don't know where John lives, so I have no way of knowing if Katie is safe or not at this point. Their relationship has moved at lightning speed for no reason other than John wants to have her under his complete control. I'm not sure what to do at this point. I just hope Katie is okay. Jesus Christ. Look, he made more alts. Bro. This is one of the scariest posts, honestly. I do remember reading like a different post a long time ago that was a lot scarier than this, like basically a stalker diary, but this is pretty close to that too. Everyone just leaves him and goes no contact. He still can't seem to see he's the problem, yeah. This isn't some kind of giant conspiracy like OOP thinks it is. I would have thought that his girlfriend breaking up with him would be a very good indication he's the problem. Of course Katie is nervous talking with him. He's unhinged, yeah. I went to go read the comments. Literally none of the ones I saw said he should reach out to Katie when John wasn't there, yeah. From what I saw, they were all telling him to back the fuck off. Dude definitely has an obsession with Katie and is being a super creep. This is fucking insane. Next update, I'm in jail. Next update, I'm in jail. I have no way of knowing if Katie is safe. Here's my GoFundMe. Please donate money so I can contact Katie to find out if she's safe. Oh my god. This is ridiculous. I want to actually see here the original post. Oh, I think this is a repost. Yeah, everybody's like, leave her alone. Okay, but yeah, this was nuts. This has the scary thing about this one is, Brittle, that this one doesn't sound fake, you know? But this is the kind of post where like it doesn't sound fake, but you wish it is fake. While the other post, it's probably fake, but we'll pretend it's not for the entertainment, right? But I'm in the minority, but how is it okay? Am I the a-hole for making my daughter sleep in the backyard after what she did to our housemate? Okay, what did the daughter to the housemate? And sleeping in the backyard does sound like a crazy punishment. Like, sure, punish her, but that? Okay, OP is 46 years old, male, father. My daughter, 16, is a high school junior. I noticed recently that she's been behaving in a bad manner, constantly commenting on other people's looks, belongings, calling them stuff that isn't cool, and just being insensitive. It's like she's lost a filter or something, because usually she's polite. But my wife suspected that our daughter's sudden misbehavior occurred after she started out hanging out with new girls from the school, basically the mean type, and have picked up on their behavior. I sat with my daughter and had many discussions about how her behavior has been negatively affecting everyone around her. Our housemate is the person most affected here, and my daughter has chosen her to be her target for hair, clothes, etiquette, criticism. She has complained about our daughter calling her offensive names like filthy and gross for cleaning certain areas in our house. I took a stand and explicitly told my daughter I'd punish her if she ever said stuff like that to our housemate again. Last week, my daughter had a party to go to. Earlier that day, she called our housemate filthy, so I grounded her by not letting her go to the party. She threw a fit and called our housemate a liar, saying she never called her that. That was the end of it. Days later, my daughter came to me saying she couldn't find her iPhone after looking everywhere. She asked me to call her number, and I did. My wife and I were stunned to discover that the iPhone was ringing inside our housemate's bag. Oh, is this planted by the daughter? The daughter is at an age where she could do something like that. I had a confrontation with her immediately, and she denied and cried, saying she never touched the phone nor had any idea how it got there. I noticed my daughter calling her thief repeatedly, so I told her to stop and go to her room. I checked the indoor camera before continuing the argument and saw my daughter place her... Oh my god, the daughter is so dumb. the daughter didn't know there was a camera? This sounds like a rich family for sure. Yeah, cameras, housemaid. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Definitely, yeah. This is like it girl. And also typical like spoiled brat daughter, you know, like her, like I'm thinking like even like when you have like mean girls, calling your housemate like filthy, that is something weird, isn't it? This makes me honestly think like, sure, this might be a thing with friends too, but I feel like thinking of somebody like filth or beneath you, that comes with like the rich upbringing, right? So I am wondering, even though like, you know, they're saying, oh, you know, obviously she shouldn't do this, I'm still wondering if she picked that language up not just from her friends, but maybe from her mom or dad somehow, right? Like at least the attitude, right? The attitude of like that the housemate is beneath her. But yeah. But also, how dumb is the daughter that she doesn't even know that the camera is there? True, it could be a racism thing too. True. I had a I checked the indoor camera before continuing the argument and saw my daughter place her iPhone inside our housemate's bag. I was livid. I apologized to the housemate and gave her the rest of the day off. I then showed the video to my daughter and she was absolutely speechless. I said what she did was immoral and straight up offensive. Okay, you know what? Honestly, like, get her into jail. But yeah, but honestly, but depending on where they live, the backyard might be worse than jail. You know, like, I'm still not sure about the backyard thing. And straight up offensive to tamper with that poor woman's livelihood over a petty party she couldn't go to. I told her she was grounded and will have to spend the night in the backyard. She is a germaphobe. But she cried, begging me not to make her sleep with the dirt. I mean, realistically, she just won't sleep, right? Like, I still don't think this is right, because also for safety reasons, right? Like, you don't want your kid outside overnight. Like, I'm not even sure this is legal, you know? But though she is 16, maybe, I don't know. I don't know if this is legal, right? But, so obviously this is wrong. But I am honestly with the dad for giving her a super harsh punishment. I would probably, honestly, just at this point, go to the police with her. Yeah, like, I mean, he says she's a germaphobe, so that's why he does it, which is kind of cruel, right? It's like basically playing on her fear, and it's not related. Like, there is no learning here. It has nothing to do with what she did, right? I probably, like, instead of grounding her, I would probably make her work, right? Like, for her to understand what it means, like, losing, like, threatening someone's work, I would make her work for money, right? Like, just cut her off from her allowance and be like, okay, you have to let her do some of the work that usually the housemaid does, and only if she does that work, she gets her allowance, right? Like, that's something I would do, right? So she understands the necessity of working for money, right? I think that's generally the biggest problem for like rich kids, that they never understand the importance of money or the value of money, or, you know, truly just like what it means having to work for money. Yeah, make her clean bathrooms, exactly. I refuse to discuss it, or I'd make it 2 nights. My wife said I should go easy on her, but I said calling people filthy and accusing them of stealing wasn't okay. I do think this, like, her, like, trying to pin, like, the iPhone stealing on the housewife is crazy. Like, that does deserve a really harsh punishment. I would ground her and make her work. But yeah. Then went through with my punishment. The reason I chose this punishment was because of the fact that my daughter says she's a germaphobe. But he's using it because she's scared of it, instead of doing a punishment that includes the things she actually did wrong. Like, there's no learning opportunity. And use this as excuse to insult others' hygiene and appearance. Oh, okay, so that's why she calls people filthy? Our backyard has dirt and bugs in it, and this kind of things get her uncomfortable. But other than that, the backyard is 100% safe. Why doesn't she clean up and do house chores as punishment instead? Because I've already tried this punishment before, it didn't work because she deliberately stopped eating for days to get out of it. And ended up in the emergency department for low blood pressure. Yeah, I don't know. I would, like... I'm sorry, mate, you just lost. I don't know if she exaggerated her, you know, or if she really is able to starve herself like that, like crazy. But... like, reading this, it's like, yeah, okay, she's in control. She's in control. The parents have lost. The parents have lost. Should have taught her about Gandhi. Yeah. Only 2 more years till she's 18. I think she needs some prison time. I'm gonna be real. I think, honestly, I know she's only 16. But, okay, maybe not, but I don't know. I think, like, something like that is, like, crazy shit. Unfortunately, she's only 16. Yeah, the backyard thing obviously was not the right thing. And also this makes me think, yeah, okay. Even though he's trying to discipline, it seems like the parents have just lost at this point. Like, you know... She now knows, basically. She can force them. Yep, raising a future Karen. Oh, this is a really short one. That's a fast one. Some of the stuff you really need. Am I the a-hole? My bridal shower is in 10 days. Only 14 out of the 40 people can come. So far, only 4 people have bought me gifts. There are 47 gifts on my registry. Some of the stuff we really need. Am I the a-hole for being upset because people take so long to RSVP to things and being upset that we probably won't get the things we need? What? I don't even understand what's going on here. So all I understand is that this person is upset about getting less gifts. Is this about like, we are getting less wedding gifts? 47 gifts on my registry. Is this like, is the registry, is this like a wish list? Yeah, I know, right, Prince? Are you wondering why nobody is coming or just about the gifts? You're not owed wedding gifts and should not count on them. This attitude may be the problem. Yeah, this is probably why people are dropping out. She probably made a list because she's saying things we really need. So she probably made a list and was kind of like everybody should gift her something from that list. And because she acted so entitled about it, people dropped out. Maybe the gifts also were really expensive, so everybody started dropping out. Yeah, it is really classic. I also think this is, I don't know. I will say this. I think over here in Germany, weddings are not as expensive as they seem to be on average in America. But maybe this is just my perception from like, because I only see like these crazy wedding stories, right, from Reddit or videos, like, you know, but like it seems like in America, people like do like weddings for like thousands of thousands. Like, and I'm not saying like obviously a wedding here is usually expensive too because you rent some venue, but still like most people here don't treat it like quite as, you know, they don't invest as much money into it. Yeah, yeah, and also like the wedding gifts thing, I've never like, I mean, obviously, yes, you bring a gift to the wedding, but like I've never seen like anyone like, I don't know, like it's kind of weird. Like it definitely seems to be like a little bit more typical. It might also be because in America, like Christianity is bigger, right? So I do think overall, probably like there is still more girls growing up with the typical like big wedding dream. The cost of a wedding in the United States was 30,000 average. Average. If we are saying the average cost is 30,000, right? That means there is like a way higher. Okay, let me see. I need to know. Okay, wait. Germany. I might have to search this in German, but we'll first try this. Average wedding cost. Okay, on average across all budgets, a German wedding in 2024 costs exactly 15,000 euro. So half of it. This is still a lot of money to me. Like I like, here's the thing. I wouldn't think I would like. I would think a wedding would be like probably like, I would also think it is a few thousand, right? Like 5,000 or so. But 15,000 is a crazy high number for me still. I need to become a wedding planner. I know, right? But yeah. Jesus Christ. Okay. Traditional. Cebu trip report. I'm a 22-year-old guy from Scotland and I arrived in Cebu a week ago for the first time. I was excited to explore the city and meet a traditional Filipina girl. The first few days were amazing, going on dates and exploring the city, but I noticed that Filipino guys would give me a lot of attitude and were aggressive towards me. I was walking around when I met this Filipina at a coffee shop and got her number. We arranged a date and we went to Jollibee. Afterwards, we went back to my condo and we hooked up. We continued talking and then these two Filipino guys walked in and robbed the place. I tried to stop them, but they beat me up and the girl ran off. After this incident, I called the police, but they were of no help. 2 days later, I got mugged on my way back from a night of partying uptown. Yet again, the police were of no help, even though I lost my iPhone and 10,000 pesos in cash. I don't know how many 10,000 pesos is. Let's see. 10,000 pesos. Okay, $493. It is a lot of money, but, you know. But in terms of that vacation, I mean, not okay. But yeah, he keeps getting mugged. I want to warn every guy who wants to visit Cebu to be careful, as it's very dangerous. I've spoken to other foreigners while here, and they've shared similar experiences. I think it's safer to search for traditional women in other places and not dangerous places like Cebu. Oh, this is so cringe. Do you think karma is getting to him? Yeah, it sounds like he was in a bad place, but it is also really fucking weird. Like, to me, it's extremely weird traveling somewhere to, like, find a traditional woman, right? Like, he doesn't even speak their language, probably, right? He just literally just wants a woman that can't even communicate with him. Like, that is the degree of, like, dumbed down traditional we're talking about. He wants a woman that can't even, like, basically speak up to him because she doesn't speak his fucking language, right? That's literally the kind of woman he's looking for. And obviously sucks, but honestly, I don't feel bad for this guy. Like, karma got to him, you know? Like, yeah, he's looking to take advantage of extremely desperately poor women. I'm glad he got robbed. Fuck that guy. Yeah, and this is also why the the guys give him an aggressive attitude, right? Because they see him as someone who's potentially like hurting women. I wouldn't assume that, but maybe. I would 100% assume that. He's from Scotland. He's from Scotland, and he's going to Cebu to find a traditional woman. Oh, you mean he knows? Okay, yeah, maybe he knows some of the language, right? But still, he's not looking for a partner that can properly communicate with him. Oh, they're hooking up with him because he has money, Prince. Have you actually, like, okay, this sounds like you're actually a little bit new to this. This is super common. This is unfortunately also a thing that older German men do. It's pretty well known, you know? They go to like, you know, older single German men, not necessarily to find a wife to marry, right? But they basically travel to the Philippines and other areas just basically to have sex. Right? Cheap sex. That's it, right? But it's also known that some of them bring a wife back, right? And the reason that works out is because for those women there, a German guy is rich, right? And they think they will have a better life here, you know? It's sad, but that's how it is. And yeah, so I don't know, like this is unfortunately pretty common and pretty sad. Ooh, power trip. Am I the a-hole for messing with my classmates' computer after I saw them playing games? But it turns out it was their presentation. Oh. Or get money with one heart attack. True, they might strike back. There is also stories of them, you know, they will inherit it after all, you know. But yeah, all right, I'm in a computer system serving class, and we have a rule where we're not supposed to be playing games on the computers during class time. I looked up condo price around, yeah. I mean, in general, somebody coming from Scotland, right? When they go to an area like Cebu, they are already naturally rich there, right? Because like converted, like everything is way cheaper there. So even if they're not like rich, right? They will still be in comparison rich. But yeah, anyways, I was assigned a computer with administrator privilege in school. Are we smelling a fake story here? Computer system servicing class. Maybe this isn't like typical school. Okay, so I can monitor the other computers in the lab. One day I noticed that my classmate was playing a game on their computer. Since we're not supposed to be doing that, I decided to check on it using my admin privilege to confirm if they were actually playing a game or if I was just imagining it. When I checked, I saw they were indeed playing a game. So how did it then turn out to be a presentation? So I decided to mess with their computer to let them know this is fake. To let them know they were breaking the rule. I didn't delete anything nor do anything too extreme, but I did interfere with their work. How did you interfere with the work? What game was it? Like, this is like so unspecific. I'm sorry, this is too fake. Usually I can see past it and be like, okay, we'll just pretend it's real, right? But this is like so obviously fake. Yeah, I thought that actually too, Prince. I thought that too. That the girl might actually have set him up to get robbed, right? I thought that too. But yeah. Afterward, my classmate reacted to what I did. What did you do? But they didn't say anything specific. Like, this is the fakest story ever. They didn't seem upset or anything, so I figured it wasn't a big deal. I thought maybe they were just brushing it off. Later, I told the teacher that my classmate was playing a game on their computer. The teacher responded by saying that they were actually looking at their presentation. That's when I realized that what I thought was a game was actually part of their presentation. At that point, I felt really guilty because I had messed with something that was important to them. How did you mess with it? Like, it's so painful. It's so painful. It is so painful. This person obviously knows nothing about computers, so they couldn't even come up with anything that they had done to mess with them. I know I was trying to follow the class rules, but I feel like I might have overstepped. I didn't mean to mess up the presentation, but I still feel bad about it. I mean, yeah, I don't know. This is the fakest story ever. Is nobody calling it out? Yeah, I don't know. This is so fucking fake. So fucking fake. Next. Okay. Ooh, a long one. I'll have a sip for this one. Also, I feel like I scared the birds there for a second. Yeah, Mango is back on his way down. Yeah, hi Mango. Do you see him down there? So cute. Eating, looking up, eating, looking up, eating. Mango, yeah, hi. But yeah, crazy. Okay, yeah, that iPad had admin privilege, of course, Prince. Alright. Am I the a-hole for telling my sister to mop the floor again after she used a lizard spray? I, 24 male, have a selfish and narcissistic sister, Sarah, 18 female. I have written a post about her a few months ago and explained why she's selfish and narcissistic, so I don't think I need to expand on that anymore. But here's the story. Last Sunday, I cleaned the entire house all by myself. Around 1 a.m., because it's easier to... Wait, so he's 24 and I guess they're both living at home with their parents. Last Sunday, I cleaned the entire house all by myself around 1 a.m. because it's easier to do when everyone else is asleep. I cleaned the ceiling fan in the living room, dusted the shelves and frames, swept the floor, vacuumed the floor, and mopped the floor. I have no trouble doing these because I'm always home since I'm still studying. At home? Okay, I don't know. Remote studying. And my elder sister is working, so it's fair for me to do the chores. Although my elder sister helps out as well with the laundry and folding the clothes. I fold my own clothes. Why don't our younger sister help out? Like I've said, I've made a post about it and it's a pretty long story. To cut it short, she's simply just lazy, selfish, and narcissistic. Teenagers, you know, of course, like, they don't want to do chores, and if you get up in the middle of the night and just do everything, they won't lift a finger. That doesn't make them narcissistic. That's just a normal teenager. Today, Sarah saw a bug or whatever and used a lizard spray to kill it. Lizard spray is more dense and oily compared to mosquito spray. Why did she use a lizard spray when we have mosquito spray? I honestly have no clue. So I told her to mop the floor since the floor is oily and I just cleaned the house a few days ago. I do think it's a little bit extreme to mop the floor over the usage of, like, a spray. To me, it's fair since she was the one who caused the mess and I was the one who cleaned the house. But she got defensive saying, why me? Why do I have to mop the floor? Goes to show how this is not narcissistic. I can't get over how often he calls her narcissistic while she just seems to be a perfectly normal teenager. Yeah, we are missing lore, but, like, I don't know. Like, this is nothing narcissistic. This is just normal. Of course a teenager doesn't want to do chores. I kept quiet and just gave her a look. She then got a wet tissue and wiped the floor instead of mopping it. Yeah, that goes to show how lazy she is. Not only that, but she didn't even wipe it properly because the floor was still oily and the stain got worse because she used a wet tissue that is soapy. Goes to show how selfish she is. Bro, this guy only knows 2 words, and it's selfish and narcissistic, and he doesn't know what those 2 words mean, I swear. She then went to her room without a word. In the end, I had to mop the floor again because she made it worse. I didn't call her out because it's just useless when dealing with someone selfish like that. It's like talking to a wall. If I had to call her out, all she will do is get mad, play victim, and start a fight with me, which I'm not interested in because it was 10 p.m. and also an unnecessary argument since I know I'm not in the wrong. To be honest, I'm writing this just to vent out, but what do you guys think? Am I the a-hole in the situation? Oh my god, all edits. Edit, if you think I just hate my sister and I'm being too harsh on her, keep in mind the stain on the floor was literally next to the corner of our dining table, which is dangerous because anyone could have slipped and hit their head on the sharp edge of the table. It would have been blood everywhere and I would have had to clean the house again because of my selfish sister. Imagine losing an eye because of it. The fact that she didn't clean up the floor immediately until I told her to goes to show how selfish she is. She literally just sat there on her phone while the floor was hazardous. So yeah, she really is selfish. Edit 2. The point of this post is not about her not listening to me or that she used wet tissues instead of the mop like I told her to. The point here is that she doesn't take responsibility for her own actions. If you made a mess, would you leave it or would you clean it up? Exactly. She didn't clean it up until I told her to. On top of that, she didn't even clean the floor properly, spreading the oil even more. Not only that, but she also just immediately went to her room, leaving the floor that she half-heartedly cleaned. Also, like in the first edit, it is dangerous because the floor is slippery. What if one of us slipped and hit the corner of the... Dude, this guy is fantasizing too much about someone hitting their head on that table. The whole point is about her taking responsibility, not about this mop versus tissue that so many are bringing up. Edit number 3. Some of you are calling me the a-hole. Okay. Try putting yourself in my shoes. What would you do if you had just cleaned your house and then someone, either your family or friends, just made a mess? Would you just let it go, or would you tell them to take responsibility? Majority of you would go for the latter, right? Okay. Now, how would you feel after telling them to clean up their mess, only for them to play victim and clean it up half-heartedly, causing you to clean it yourself in the end? Would you be delighted, or would you be somewhat mad or disappointed? Ask yourself that question and see whether you will behave differently or the same as me. Keep in mind, deep inside I was mad, but I didn't say anything. Just as written in the post, I didn't call her out or anything. I just cleaned it up myself, made this post to vent out, and moved on. Oh my god, I remember we're so deep, and now I will finish the edits. Edit number 4. Sure, maybe I am the a-hole for the way I'm writing this, but that's not the point. The point is about her not taking responsibility, so please make judgment based on the content of the story itself, not exterior stuff like the way I'm writing. Me being emotional, the post's too long, etc. Final edit, hopefully. If you are wondering why a bunch of adults are living under one roof, I am Asian and we live in Asia. It is normal for Asians to still live with their parents unless they get married and have their own family. For single people, most of us live with our parents even if we're 30 years old. At the end of the day, there's nothing wrong with it because it's just the culture in most Asian families. Same as how it's common for Americans to live on their own once they start college. It might sound weird to you, but it's our culture, so please don't be rude about it. This is the first sane thing he said. Besides, us adults living under one roof is not even the point of this post. I don't get why some are bringing it up when it's not even the main issue. He really thinks he's something for diagnosing his sister, doesn't he? He literally just knows 2 words, selfish and narcissistic. I'm growing increasingly skeptical of people who use the psychology buzzwords. Not every a-hole is a narcissist, not every lie is gaslighting, not every gift giver is love bombing. Someone, and now every post about family uses the phrase golden child. These things have very specific definitions for a reason. True. Vacuum the floor at 1 a.m. His family neighbors must love that, yeah. My house. Oh my god, the shitting on. He must be this guy.
Yeah, that's good. I like that. That could happen. That's your kid there. Your kid can hit their head there. Hit their head there. Hit their head there. Or get down safely. Massive rocks on a playground. Just makes sense, doesn't it? La, 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 la. Quite dangerous. That's going to snap your kid's shin straight in half. Your kid needs rock climbing chalk to be using this equipment. Oh my god, I love binoculars! Concussion. What is this doing here?
I've actually seen videos before of people saying, like, I never knew this, but like, I do remember seeing a video in like where like apparently like it's really weird how many places we have in Germany, and that German places are considered to be dangerous. Wait, let me see if I can find this. German play. Do you call it play places? You do, right? Playgrounds. German. Yeah, wait. German playgrounds. Wait, versus American. Why Germany's dangerous playgrounds are important. Yeah, I've heard this before, that apparently our playgrounds are dangerous. Yeah, that's a classic one. Whee!
My sister recently made a video of her favorite American playground, and we decided that Americans need to see what German playgrounds are like, and then you all can decide what you think is better, the German playground or the American
Wait, I didn't
playground.
even notice, like, wait a second, did you?
In Germany, a playground is called a Spielplatz.
Tiny bit louder.
Oh, that was good, Becca.
Okay, it's a bit too slow for me, this video, but we'll see how far we get. I mean, there's nothing dangerous about this, like, I don't know.
That show children learning risks on a playground is actually a good way to do it versus learning more of the risks.
But yeah, we have very high climbing
kids
trees
totally
and
agree with
shit.
that.
What do you think? Do you think the American playground or the German playground is better? Playground or the American one?
Okay, wait, let's see.
As a parent of young children, if you were to ask me, Ashton, what is one of the biggest reverse culture shocks you experience when you head back to the United States? Well, honestly, one of my top 10 items would have to be playgrounds. Play spaces in the US, quite frankly, just seem to be over-sanitized, over-padded, and overly prescriptive in how children should safely play. But in my experience, that is definitely not how playgrounds are largely constructed here in Germany. play spaces where children not only climb to significant heights without safety rails, but are actually encouraged to take risks by operating machinery, using tools,
Yeah, but it's also
and getting
the
down.
point is kids hurt themselves all the time as kids because they learn, like, they are learning their motorics, right? So
and dirty.
it's just
all
part of
without
it.
largely any
cannot
parental
stop it.
supervision.
Like,
so
I
how did
agree,
we
and-
get here? And what are the consequences?
And like, I don't know, that like this is
our
also why it's
children.
good, right?
And why do I feel at the end of the day that play spaces like these dangerous ones here in Germany are actually super important for child development?
Yeah.
Well, let's take a look. Actually kind of invented by a German person. Well,
Wait,
playgrounds
what?
were actually kind of invented by a German person.
The Germans invented playgrounds? How? Come on. Kids weren't playing before, or?
Well, sort of. There are many great minds behind the genesis of the playground, but to be honest, a lot of people give credit to their founding to the philosopher and educator Friedrich Froebel in 1885, who also came up with the concept for
Froebel.
kindergarten. But despite their wide adoption into the parks and schoolyards across the United States in the 20th century, the playgrounds of today look a heck of a lot different when you compare the two. And this, again, is one of the more stark reverse culture shocks when I return back to the United States, because quite frankly, the state of play
Honestly,
there just...
I've seen playgrounds that look like the American ones over here too, in the middle of the city, the more modern ones. And they look like a weird piece of modern art rather than a playground. That is like how I look at that, you know?
feels different. Here in the local park just down the street from my house in Germany,
Yeah, this one
kids
is a
are
nice one.
encouraged to rock climb without a safety harness in sight. Or at this one, where they can climb up some 30 vertical feet. Or at this one, experiment with miniature construction machinery and civil engineering. Or at this one, take a zip line that launches them from one side of the park to the other.
This is a
But
real
you know,
classic,
it isn't
the
just
zip line.
happenstance that German playgrounds tend to be more adventurous and challenging. Of course, there's a method to this madness. In Germany, as in other parts of Europe, there is an increasing focus on the idea that children benefit from being exposed to manageable risks. And deconstructed play spaces can help to foster a sense of resilience and independent play. One such play space is called an adventure playground. And these are unstructured playgrounds that have loose materials like wood, stones, and ropes, and basically engage a child.
I actually, this year, adventure playgrounds are really cool. I love to play on those as a kid. Like, and you can see here, he's pumping water down. And there's like much bigger constructions like this where kids all work together, pumping water, you know.
Imagination to make play experiences fun. And this is actually exactly the design of my...
It is no, Prince. It is a manageable risk, honestly. Like you think it's, but like there's a bunch of sand underneath. Also, when you saw, like, there were like so many ropes when a kid loses grip, and it does happen. They never fall down all the way, right? They hit another rope, and then even if they do, their fall is pretty soft because it's sand all beneath, right? And often though, also they just, like, you know, another kid just grabs, like, you know, like, I think the other one we saw was a bit more dangerous, actually, like the tower, right? That one was a bit more dangerous, but here the spider, right? The spider, where is it? That she showed this.
Experiment with miniature construction line that launches civil feet.
This one, right? Extremely manageable. Because like only if they fall here on the side, they fall all the way down. But again, it's sand, it's soft, like, and it will happen. But like, you know, it's fine, right? But like at any other step, when you drop, you usually like get tangled up in another bit of rope. What's important to note about that, Prince, is that kids, like, okay, not babies, right? You do have to be careful with very small kids, right? Because I don't know actually what age. I think you basically need to be careful with them until they're like 3. But after that, kids are way more resilient when it comes to their bones than adults are. Their bones are basically more flexible and they don't break as easily. Like their bones are literally like rubber, which is why they are totally fine, like, you know, falling all day long without actually breaking anything.
Or at this one, experiment with miniature construction machines.
But you have to be like just careful at a very young age, right? Because at a very young age, it's different. At that age, their bones aren't developed far enough yet, and they are actually way more fragile, right? So it is true, and I don't know exactly what the age is. I think it's like 3, maybe 4. Basically, right? Like at that age, yes, you need to be careful, but. When they're like 5 or 6, honestly, they're very resilient. Yeah, exactly, Prince.
Machinery and civil engineering.
But yeah, anyways, okay, that was the detour of German playgrounds. Was he drunk or something, Prince? Because like usually this, like I know a friend also who had like an injury, right, where she did not stop herself with the arms, right? But like the human reflex is to bring your arms to the front so that doesn't happen, so that you never just like land directly on your face, right? And I know for her this happened too because she was drunk, right? So when I hear a guy like that happened to him, I'm also thinking like, was he drunk or drugged, right? Because usually this does not happen because if you're sober, you're always gonna, as a reflex, bring your arms to the front, and hence making the fall on the. Like, I'm not saying it was his fault or anything, right? But like, he obviously was still incredibly unlucky. I'm just wondering, right? Foam battle things. Ooh. Maybe his arms were not available. But yeah, usually like the reason, like even though technically we could break our neck very easily, the reason it happens so rarely is because we do have reflexes that stop us from hitting our head directly. Like we will always try to basically push with our arm to where we're falling, right? Always. And we will instead basically break our arms. But yeah. Okay. New story. A+ parenting. Hey. Am I the a-hole for trying to reduce my son's screen time? Is that it? Wait, what? Did you delete the message? Where's the content? The content is gone, but apparently he was destroying stuff. I mean, yeah, destroying property because your 8-year-old isn't doing a good job self-regulating with screen is an extreme overreaction. He's 8. You suggested, you told him he needs to reduce his time. Did you set an alarm? Tell him when he gets off each time? Or otherwise work with him to reach the standard you set off no more than 30 minutes. I'm not looking to get into pedantics on you being the actual owner of his stuff. Additionally, 30 minutes is a pretty low threshold. Playing for 1 hour is in line with the APA's recommendation of screen time. Ultimately, you can set your own standard, but to me, your expectation is extreme in multiple ways. The expectation of your child to self-regulate, yeah, at 8 years. At 8 years, you're expecting the child to look at the clock and be like, after 30 minutes, okay, that's it, enough screen time. And yeah, apparently he destroyed some device too. What a piss poor excuse for a parent too. He's 8. You can't tell him to stop playing and force it without destroying shit. Yeah. Yeah, but apparently whatever went down, we don't know anymore. We limit my 9-year-old screen time, but we never had to. Yeah, breaking something for that is crazy. Alright. Oh, removed. Okay. Typical giant doctor ego. Am I the a-hole for telling my friends and family I'm the breadwinner now? Last year, I finally finished my fellowship and started my first staff nephrologist job. My wife also gave birth to our son and was still on mat leave. 1 second, I'm sorry. Yeah, power move. My wife also gave birth to our son and was still on maternal leave. I told our friends and family that I'm the breadwinner because at the time I was, although my wife still got paid due to her company maternal leave policy, I think I said it in front of her once, which she didn't comment, but I also said it when she wasn't around. Okay, he really needs everybody to know that he's the breadwinner. Now she's mad because our friend and family were under the assumption that she is quitting her job to be a stay-at-home mom. She's a product manager and made most of the income for us when I was a resident doctor. I do think I'm the breadwinner now because I make most of the income for us, whereas she did before. But she thinks I can only say that if she quit and I was the sole income earner. I read 12. What does it matter? Oh my god. This is not like a giant doctor ego, this is a tiny ego. This is an insecure man that needs to be able to tell everyone that he is earning the majority now. And the thing is, even if he has now a bigger income than her, she has paid the majority of this household for years, right? Like listen, at least pay back to the household for like a year before you start going around being like, oh, I'm the breadwinner of this house, right? Like, Jesus Christ. She also is mad because everyone thought she was not going back to work. They criticized her for putting our son on wait lists for daycare and hiring a cleaner. I think she is very sensitive about the stay-at-home moms. No, who's sensitive is you about having to be the breadwinner. But I didn't ever say she wasn't going back to work or that she was going to be a stay-at-home mom directly. She is mad because everyone took it to mean that, and that even if they didn't take it as such, that it is offensive to her to say I am the breadwinner when she still makes a sizable portion of the income. Yeah, I agree. If he says I'm the breadwinner, that means my income is paying this household, and whether she is having an income or not, it's not paying for anything. But if she still is providing a sizable income and paying a sizable amount, then he's not the breadwinner. Jesus Christ. Someone asked why he said it. It's more of a joke when I announced I finally finished training and that my wife gave birth. I said I got a job and I'm the breadwinner. He's so fucking insecure, also disingenuous as fuck, relying on I didn't ever say when he knows damn well what he's implying. Yeah. I'm finally starting to pull my own weight would have been more accurate. Exactly. Dude's going to get his whole skull pulled out of his own rectum by a senior nurse one of these days. You just know he's the sort of to mouth off to them like he's untouchable. Everyone got the exact same impression and looked down on his wife for it, but hey, he never said it explicitly, so how is that his fault? OP's friend, when he keeps saying breadwinner in every conversation, you keep using that word, I do not think you know what it means. Yeah. Yeah, it really does seem like he doesn't know what it means. Like, if she's still providing for the household, then he's not the breadwinner. You're both the breadwinners. Anyways, it is time. I don't want to ruin my rhythm, so it is time for me to say good night for today. But I shall be back tomorrow I will probably do some coding tomorrow. I'm like not today. I'm not like really in the mood anymore. And yeah, I think tomorrow we'll hit it off with some coding. Playing maybe some Bazaar. We haven't played that in a while. Just about to eat too. Yeah, I need to eat a little bit as well before going to bed. But yeah, anyways, it's been very enjoyable. Thank you for hanging out, and I shall be back tomorrow. I might be streaming very early tomorrow, Prince. Just a warning, right? Like for you, at least. Like probably like afternoon afternoon European time. But I will probably start with a coding stream, so stuff that is not necessarily as interesting for you, anyways. But yeah, enjoy your meal, and see you tomorrow. Bye bye.